Welcome back. So, I know a lot of people are struggling. Don't worry, me too. Now, the thing about that is when you feel like you're in your very low, it can be very painful. For a lot of people, I feel like this has been so incredibly draining, so very tiring, and it's very hard to be productive. And one of the things that comes to me is it feels like the first time you awaken. If you remember that feeling, it could have been dreadful. I know mine was. It was like it felt like that pain, and so there's that sense of God. I feel like this strain, like getting out of your own skin. So I thought, and it was requested, to do a self-love. We'll see your alignment, what's coming in, and what healing can be improved upon that, okay? So we'll go ahead and do that. Definitely throat and heart chakra. So this is definitely feminine energy. If you're a masculine energy, it's a little more even deeper into your feminine energy, which could be a little bit of a struggle. So right now, I know a lot of people are hurting, and they're hurting in silence in some cases. So they're quiet, not posting. Just a lot to it. It does feel very dense. But one thing what I noticed in my time, and when you are feeling so lost, even when you're trying to look for something, kind of like being in the hermit mode where you're looking and looking but you're not seeing it, just let it come to you. Even if it comes into weird dreams, like a snake biting you and the snake is red. So doing stuff like that, but also embracing that what needs to be healed, what needs to be let go needs to perish. Embrace it, surrender. And it sounds weird when I say surrender, but do not kneel. So surrender is in pull down your barriers. Don't surrender as in submit to the negative energy. There's a difference. And so as I say that, the one thing that always got to me is a reminder of what I've told people and to myself, being in that low vibrational energy is get the fuck up. So I was like, get up, get yourself together, get yourself ready. That's exactly what I did. I found myself at a very low point today, and see, I can feel that emotion kind of coming in, but it's not as earlier. I was just like, oh my God, it was terrible. But what I did is I showered and I got dressed, put on something I've been drawn to that makes me feel very empowered. So yellow is usually not something I go to, but it's very called tiger's eye, if you guys can see that. And here's a list of bracelets here. So we have tiger's eye again. We also have carnelian, and we have amber. So it's about love, calm, peace, empowerment, strength, and spiritual strength as well. Not only physical energy, but spiritual as well. And so this would help you go with the flow, be more present, and being embodied in your self-love. So that's what I did, and I can feel the veil being lifted, so to speak. And you guys will have your enlightened moments as well, because as a friend reminded me, it's a test. So you'll have your enlightened moments as well. So hangman, always in hangman mode, you will have an epiphany at some point, or you turn into a hermit lost. Really. All right, so this is the center energy for the collective. All right. Wow. Is it surprising? No. Death card, if you guys can't see it. So death card, transition, change, sudden change, unexpected change. For me, when I get channeled that, it comes through fire sirens. It will come through the messages 911. And if it's news, it comes with 411. So they come back to back. And the lightning bolt, sudden, unexpected changes. That's what comes to me for that. The beauty of this change is there's light at the end of the tunnel. There's darkest before the dawn, all those cliche things. There's good, there's a calm, there's peace. I've never been in the ocean, but instead of being wild and wave-like I imagine it to be, it starts to go down very calm. I don't know if it happens in like nighttime, I'm not sure. But there's just a sense of peace, and I think of the ocean. It's like I could almost hear it, where it just starts to go down into silence. That's what this transition will bring you, is a form of peace and tranquility. Some of you are begging for some kind of news, begging for pain to cease. Some of you are begging other people, please, no, don't be doing that. You don't beg, ever. Some of you feel very helpless, hopeless, and you shouldn't be. Now that right there, again, there's a difference between surrendering and submitting. If you're feeling helpless, homeless, helpless, don't know what to do, you are submitting. Get out of there. Okay? You need to reground yourself, go roll around in some dirt if you need to. Not kidding either. So, some of you are very deep in your emotions, and they're just coming in very, very deep, dark areas that you haven't delved into before. It could be flashbacks. It could be simply observing your lifetime, and when you did, as I observing that lifetime span, you realize some things and how things are created. Like, for my example, the perception of love throughout my entire span of my life is what I have been viewing. So, and what it is I'm ending those perceptions and releasing the things that don't belong to me anymore when it comes to that. So, there. Some of you are ending relationships. Some of you are in the middle of ending a relationship, and some of you are begging for it not to end. Let it go. And there we go. Let's see what's coming through, though, in this alignment of death, alignment of transition. It's way too many information. I'll take that, but it's way too many. Okay, I see what we want. Sometimes I always want to shuffle in there so the right cards come out. So there we go. Coming into balance. Yes, I feel like coming into balance. If you haven't experienced this transition, you will go into imbalance. So understand that. If you haven't felt this deep emotional purging, you will be coming into that. And that's not unfortunate news. We all have to go through it one way or the other. Oof. All right. Let's see. Ooh. The Tower. Tower is always interesting. All right. What is this? Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful. So there's a lot of major arcana, major events. I saw you earlier and you were going to come out. Four of Cups. So, here we are. It's the final chapter here of having those barriers. Some of you have had barriers up against things like trauma. Why do I have to channel that? I don't channel that. Okay, so this is not for everyone specifically. So those barriers around deep trauma can revolve around sexual harassment, rape. Some it's trust. Trust is a big thing that's hard for you to kind of let in. Emotional connections. Some of you, it's letting go of a job that gives you stability for your home And another, it is letting go of a foundation in a relationship that's not serving you anymore. And that's family, friends, and I hear like a loving relationship. Okay, so that's now coming in. And until you actually surrender to that, there's a block. And in that block, financial, pause, up and down flow, which means it will not be consistent. So it may come in rapidly as well as leave rapidly. There will be constant back-to-back arguing, tear down, drama. And things will, as the days progress, will be very unsatisfying. Okay, and it would be going against the divine will. It would be choosing free will, being stubborn to pull down these barriers. You have to go through these whether you like it or not. So, like I said, for those of you who haven't gone through this big death transformation, this healing, you will be having to surrender to it. And if you've been avoiding it and feeling it, 11/11 when I say that, you are going to hit a financial stop. You are going to hit drama after drama after drama. Some of you will actually have house stuff like roofing. I don't know why I saw insulation, but insulation, like just a lot of house damage suddenly, that you won't have the financial stability to be doing that. And you will have to take out a loan and make a decision on that. And that is because there's a part of you that's not submitting, and it could be any parts of life, it doesn't have to be just financial. There's a part of you that's not submitting to this purge that's causing that. Now, for those of us who are submitting to it, this means we're pulling down the barriers. We're having the strength and the courage to pull down those barriers, to be vulnerable, to pretty much stand outside naked. And with that comes tearing down foundations. It comes into revealing every raw thing about yourself, even things that you don't like about yourself. I know personally that's a body image thing. So, just admitting that to yourself. Now, not surrendering to things. So some of you may have eating disorders. I say, that's what I just heard. But it's not surrendering to those habits. It's admitting them and finding comfort. And it's okay to admit that you're not perfect, that you are vulnerable in those states. And that allows you to have ease. It opens up the heart and allows you to receive the help and guidance that you need. And for anybody with food eating disorders, as I personally have had them, they don't really go away. But there's something you just have to constantly keep in balance and control. But I've had myself. So I know what you guys are going through. I don't know why that's popping up. The Two of Pentacles talks about coming into balance within your emotions. There's some form of message that comes in and that just still keeps the water still. It comes from being constant waves and then stillness. And then it's about the universe giving you something that you can finally look up to. So as you analyze, I don't sense a negative. It sounds weird because you see the Four of Cups and unrequited love, usually rejection, all that kind of stuff. And that could be the fears you're processing through. But what I feel here is the aftermath. So after is the universe, God, long story, whatever who gives you, whoever you believe in, gives you a cup, an offer that is something that of your wants, that's something that's fulfilling, that's refreshing, that's new, that has a sense of freedom to it. And it's after viewing all the things that you've been through, 1414, trials, tribulations, all the things that you've had to go through and are growing through to expand yourself and your wealth. And so you'll be given an offer. It's a reward for going through death. Perfect. So with that being said, I want to do Angel's Answers. So hang in there, guys. There's hope. And if you haven't gone through this yet, don't go try looking for it. But if you felt it and you've suppressed it, you're like, not now, I'm busy. You are then ignoring it and you're going against the universe's will. And it doesn't look pretty. But if you are embracing it comes out quite beautifully. You just have to go through it. There's no way around it. And this self-love is like a tough love. And that's what I'm going to call it. This is a tough love. You need to go through it, whether you like it or not. This is not shits and giggles. This is not unicorn and rainbows. This is real stuff. You need to go through this in order to get what you're destined for. It's pretty obvious. Well, it's obvious in here. It's not obvious to us in the moment. Tell you that one. All right, anything here, Jean? Let's go. All right, there's something better. So some of you, beautiful, you mean let go. We just talked about some shit needs to be let go. There's something better, which means let go of it. There's a better life for you than just holding on to the baggage that you have. There's better things for you than holding on to a relationship just because of titles, and that's what I'm saying. I'm saying twin flame, twin ray. Let the bullshit go. I will be having a video about that, about titles and what they're really for and how they prevent you from moving forward. So let go. There's something better. Communicate clearly. Communicate to yourself clearly and communicate to the universe clearly. If you don't, you kind of throw in too many mixed signals and too many, in law of attraction cases, too many things happen, and that fluctuation doesn't have a consistency to it. And that kind of just slows you down a little bit more, if you know what I'm saying. But there's also communication between two people will be coming in, and it will be clear. So those of us going through throat chakra issues, in my case, I'm choking on every little thing. So when you go through sorry, I just got an energy hit. So some of you are going through that. Some of you have stored emotions in your hips, having some issues. Lumbar, lower back into the sacrum is where I'm feeling a little stinge of pain coming in. So some of you have some foundational financial stress and relationship stress together. And it's like a marriage, divorce, separations is what I'm feeling. So it's causing some physical back elements. I hear hip tightness and strain. Some of you are having a hard time with your knees suddenly, and it's a grounding thing that you have to do. So start really doing root chakra clearing, and you have your throat and heart. Heart needs to be open more for receptivity. Throat has to be able to communicate better. And so, sorry guys, when I chat all through the body's elements too. Oh, speaking of improving health. So there you go. One more for this and we're done. It's a long video. A year from now, romance is on the bottom of the deck. So a lot of this is circulating romance, I could imagine. Some of you, I'll tell you right now, what I keep hearing is they need to let go of your twin flame. Twin ray, someone who you put a title on that connection, you need to let it go. And if you don't listen, well, hey, I warned you. So a year from now this is what I feel like within the year. I don't feel a year from now, so it sucks. I hated that, right? I hate that. It's like a year from now. No one wants to wait like that. I have no patience. But it feels like within the year, and this we've talked about before, within the year there's going to be cycles completed. There will be communication of travel. There's going to be... They're telling me to keep yourself open to all possibilities within this year. So keep yourself open to all types of romances. Keep yourself open to any kind of information, opportunities for jobs, businesses, self-development. And that will help prepare you for your life purpose. And it's okay to get help from others. That's a nice one. Getting help from others. That means getting tarot reading, Reiki, Polarity, any kind of energy therapy, intuitive guidance, life coaching, whatever you want. Get that help for people. There's no shame in it, and it helps you circulate this crap a lot better. I'm not even kidding. It will help you process a lot faster. Now, that doesn't mean you process and you get everything you ever want instantly, but it helps you ease up that heavy density in your body. So, all right, guys, that's all I'm going to do for this self-love. It's a lot of heavy energy, but you know what? I feel lighter as I was communicating this, so I feel like some of you will get the messages you need to. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below, and all information's down there. Bye, guys.